Hey everybody, Dan here with Pain Free You. So today, here's the topic. How big is your doubt? Right? Primarily because doubt delays recovery. So, let's take a breath or two. Relax. See if you can let your body relax and let your breathing slow down, become a little bit more full. That's something I should do a little bit more often. I'm usually go, go, go. Oftentimes, work stressed out. But even just doing this for 30 seconds before these videos feels good. Imagine what would happen if you did that on a regular basis. Put a smile on your face too. Lots of safety messages. All right, so how big is your doubt? And when I say doubt, there's two main areas that I'm referring to that doubt can kind of creep in here. And maybe not even creep in, may bust through your front door and, stomp its feet. Doubt number one is, does this stuff apply to me? Does this mind-body concept apply to my symptoms? Is my brain creating these symptoms and my pains? Or do I have something physically wrong with me, with my body? If you're asking questions like, well, maybe my doctor missed something. Maybe I should get another scan. Maybe I need to spend a little bit more time on the internet. Maybe I'll go back to the chiropractor or acupuncturist or physical therapist. Or maybe I should get out that heating pad. Or maybe the doctor's missed something. I know I said that already, but that's a huge one. Because it feels so real. So if there's any doubt as to what the cause of your pain or other symptoms are, that will delay your recovery, because a brain that is in doubt will keep on high alert. It will stay hypervigilant, looking out for danger, because it's thinking, well, we might have a problem. So if you're going to go for that walk, I'm the brain going to turn on that warning signal called pain to keep you safe, because you might have a physical problem with your hip, your knee, your leg, your back, whatever. Right? If you have a doubt as to what's creating your symptoms, that will delay recovery. The other area of doubt, and I'll dig in a little bit more later, is, do I have what it takes to do this work? Teach my brain I'm okay. But let's dig into the doubt about what's causing symptoms. 1, learn what's going on. Watch the first video on my Fast Start playlist, dansfaststart.com. It's all about perceived danger, pain, or symptoms. Watch it. And if it doesn't sink in, watch it again. And then analyze, how does this relate to my symptoms? What's my fear level been? How freaked out and panicked have I been? How much doubt do I have? The perception of danger is what's creating the symptoms. But does this apply to me? Is this pdp.com? Go there. There's a pain test. If you don't have pain, submit your symptom name for the term pain in the test. And then, don't stop there. Right below the link that takes you to the pain test, come on back to isthispdp.com, and there's about 20 questions or so that'll ask you about functional, intermittent, or triggered characteristics of your symptoms. Go through those questions. And if even just one says yes or true, this applies to me, then your brain is creating the symptoms based on the perception of danger. All right? Knowledge of what causes symptoms and then assessment to see how your symptoms are behaving is your best opportunity to eliminate the doubt. And once you've got the results from these assessments, I'm going to really, really encourage you, and this is to your benefit, to make a decision to accept those results. But Dan, it feels so structural. Yeah, I get it. I was all bent and crooked, you know. And if I moved a certain way, my back would crack and all sorts of weird stuff. It feels physical, yes, because all pain is real, yes. Symptoms are real. They feel physical. I get it. But the question is, what's the cause? And you can find out by learning more about what causes symptoms and how to figure out if it applies to you. Take those assessments. Go to dansfaststart.com. It's your fastest way to eliminate doubt. There's 4 fundamentals that are in that Fast Start as well, a video. What causes symptoms? Does it apply to me? Is there a cure? And am I capable of it? So let's tackle that number 4. A lot of people have doubt that they can do this. Now, a lot of that relates to their image of self. Well, Dan, I'm just such a highly anxious person. I've been in fight or flight seemingly my whole life. I've had symptoms for, weeks, months, years, decades. I don't know if I can do this. I'm just too scared. I'm too scared. I can't do this. And what I can assure you is that there are plenty of people who have gotten better who were in the same exact situation you're in. Terrified. Too scared, too anxious to do this work. But they took baby steps. And with time, they made progress. And their mindset started to shift. And they got clarity. They lost the doubt on what was creating the symptoms. And when you can take it from the intellectual understanding of TMS to, holy crap, this applies to me, I'm actually okay, and I can get through this, guess what happens to your fear? Whoom, drops to the floor. Now, the only reason the fear can really rise up again is if you let symptoms freak you out. And I know it's hard, because I freaked out a lot when I had major spasms. It was not pretty, let's put it that way. But keeping this solid foundation of, I know what's going on and I know this applies to me, that's so important. Because that is a huge antidote to fear and the perception of danger. And then after that, it's all mindset. And I talked about that recently in recent videos. But it's all mindset. You got to lead with the mindset, folks. You can't expect your symptoms to turn off before you can believe that this stuff is real and that it applies to you. Because without you believing that it's real and that it applies to you, 1, you're never going to do the work of teaching your brain that you're safe. And 2, your brain's not going to believe it because you're still unsure as to what's causing your symptoms. Or even if you understand the concept of TMS, perceived danger symptoms, you're still not sure if it applies to you because it feels so real. Or maybe the doctor missed something. Or doubt. So eliminating doubt is really a key step in the process here, because a doubtful brain will delay your recovery, because a doubtful brain stays in fear. Fear equals perceived danger equals symptoms. Fear and attention equals chronic. All right? So, how big is your doubt? If you're doubting something, write down below. And if you're doubting something, write down below, yes, I'm doubting it. Here's my pain test score. And here's how many true answers I gave to the FIT assessment questions. Is this PDP.com? If you're doubting something, give me your scores. How many of the FIT assessment did you say yes or true to? And what is your pain test score? Now, I had somebody say, hey, I scored 23 on the pain test. So one of the things I answered back in the Facebook chat was, how big is your fear? Because often if we're in a real high degree of fear and we have a lot of doubt, the symptoms can behave a lot more consistently, which can yield a low score on the pain test, which might indicate, it's not TMS. But if you get a really low score and your fear level's been high, you're doubting what's causing your pain, your symptoms have been high and constant for a long time, that score can be, I don't want to say artificially low. I mean, it's representative of your experience. But we also may, if we're in a high degree of fear and panic and freak out, we can also exaggerate our own experience. Example, and I'm not saying this person who got the 23 is doing any of this. I'm just throwing out some examples to see if this rings a bell with any of you. I have people saying, my pain is a 10 out of 10, 24/7. Okay. Really? Can you sleep? Yeah, I do sleep. Okay. So if it was a 10 out of 10, you wouldn't be falling asleep. And it's not 24/7, because if you can sleep for even 4 hours or 2 hours, you're not screaming in pain during those hours. Your pain settles down because our conscious brain goes to sleep. Our fears, the brain's perception of danger, goes away during those times. The brain turns off the pain. Why? Because the brain says, oh good, we're not moving, we're resting, sleep is a good time, comfortable. Now look, some people wake up with pain. But that's not the conversation here. The conversation is, if you are exaggerating that your pain is 24/7 and it's always a 10 out of 10, well, 10 out of 10 means you're crying out for mercy, screaming for somebody to bring you to the ambulance so you can get pumped up with morphine. Is that you? Or it's high and it sucks, but are you really, that degree of pain? Look, some of you are, and no disrespect. I love you, I care for you, and I've been at that level of pain. I've broken into a sweat in the middle of the night from the level of pain I was in. I've been stuck on the hardwood floor for 14 hours. Every time I'd try to move, the wave of back spasms would just hit me, right? So I know what a high degree of pain is. But even that wasn't a 10 out of 10. I am sure there are some people who hit it. I get it. But if you can sleep, it's not 24/7. My point is, ask yourself, am I exaggerating my symptoms? If so, the pain test may not be an accurate reflection of whether or not this is TMS or perceived danger pain or symptoms. So don't take a low score on the pain test as I'm out of luck. This is definitely not it. Because I've also recently done a video that says, can this mind-body approach help all pain or all symptoms? I believe it can. And I've given several examples of stories over the past several weeks. So, where is your doubt? How big is your doubt? If you've got any doubt, comment below. Tell me your pain test score and the number of FIT assessment questions you answer true. And then let's discuss it. And hopefully I can help you kind of eliminate this doubt. Because eliminating your doubt is so crucial to really moving forward with progress. Because getting the mindset right is really tough when you're in doubt. So does this stuff make sense, folks? Doubt is key. We got to get rid of it. We got to eliminate it with accurate knowledge and accurate data on what's going on with you, so you'll know with confidence, I understand the concept, and yes, it applies to me, darn it. And make a decision that you're not going to waver from that. If you need help, folks, painfreeyougroup.com. We do 4 sessions a week on Zoom. Those sessions go up to 3 hours long. You don't have to show up to the whole thing. You don't have to show up to all the sessions. The replays are posted on the members area. But you can ask questions. Get direct access to me. Some of my conversations with a single person can be 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes. It also depends how many other people have their hand raised. But if nobody's got their hand raised and it's a good discussion, then we'll spend time. So we'll do direct coaching with people. And you can get that level of access to me 4 times a week, right? And listening to other people's questions and listening to the coaching that follows is extremely instructive and beneficial for everybody, whether you ever ask a question or not. So there's that, plus there's a whole video course in the members area. And there's also a set of PDF documents with the framework document, which explains visually all the things that I talk about on a regular basis. So consider the group if you're really struggling. If you've got doubt, join the group and we'll pick it apart. We'll have a conversation. But do those assessments, folks. If you've got doubt, you owe it to yourself and your recovery to do the assessments, and then whatever it says, that's what's going on. And even if it's low, there's still value in this work. There's still value in this work. So I really appreciate you all. I love you. I hope you're having a great weekend. And as always, we'll see you tomorrow. Take care.